What's up, guys? Jesse here with another Tuesday talk. Now today I want to talk a little bit about something that we all deal with, and that's procrastination, relationships, and dealing with stress, especially stressful situations that you have to overcome during your life. Now, back in the day, the way I would usually tackle a situation that was stressful would be to, come home and fap. But nowadays, I meditate like on a regular basis, and I keep consistent when it comes to routines and fitness and trying to stay on top of everything. So today I was a little bit slack, and I was procrastinating a little bit more than usual. So the way I dealt with it was the way you can deal with it too, is you have to focus on what can you do to break out of this procrastination streak. So usually when you start to procrastinate, it'll snowball and you'll start to do more things that aren't relevant to what you need to do. So let's say you have a project due, or you have to get some work done, or you have to take care of something important, and then you start procrastinating, like you start scrolling through YouTube on your phone, or you start scrolling through Instagram or your Facebook feed. And then one thing leads to another, and then next thing you know, you spent an hour procrastinating, 2 hours, 3 hours procrastinating. The way to break out of that is, as soon as you find yourself out of the loop of productivity, you have to just drop what you're doing. If you have your phone, put it away, take it off, and don't give it a second thought, because when you feed your procrastination, I find it'll snowball, and then eventually you'll spend more time doing it. So you have to catch yourself in the act of procrastinating, rather than let it feed it. You know what I mean? Another way to get rid of procrastination, if you have a routine, like in a scheduled plan, that's a good way to get rid of procrastination. So usually I like to schedule my day at 8 o'clock or 8 p.m. in the night the day before. So, if I have to do certain things, like I have to make phone calls, I have to, work on important things, I will write it down on my pad the night before I go to sleep. And when you do that, you're subconsciously programming your mind to set yourself for the next day, rather than going into the next day not knowing what you're gonna do. Like, even if you go to work, and you come home after work, and then you have some important things to do, like maybe you have an important hobby or something you have to do, make sure that it's all written down what you need to do the night before, and then scratch it off after you finish it. Like a checklist, right? You could turn it into a fun game too, like check off the things that you need to do. That way you lessen the chances of yourself procrastinating. If you don't have things planned out, you're more likely to procrastinate. Action takers are the ones that are successful in this world, and you have to make sure you're an action taker, but also you have to make sure that you manage your time. Micromanaging your time is extremely important when it comes to decimating your addictions and increasing your self-discipline. So another thing I want to speak about is your addiction or dealing with your addiction while you're in a relationship. So as you guys know, I am in a relationship, and it's a serious one. And the way I deal with my the addiction while I'm in a relationship is that I am very honest with my girlfriend about, my struggles and what I'm struggling with. Because if you're not honest with people, and if you're not honest with your family and your friends and your loved ones, then it's hard to defeat the demon. It's hard to defeat it's hard to defeat the addiction, because the addiction is always going to be there if you don't have a support. It's impossible to do it by yourself. Even if you're like on the computer, like if you go to the NOFAP community on Reddit, at least you have people to communicate with. At least if you have absolutely nobody to talk to, you can always buddy up with somebody from the Reddit community and speak with them, and they'll help you out when it comes to NOFAP. But otherwise, with the relationship, I think it improves your relationship like tenfolds. Like when you're doing NOFAP while in a relationship, it improves it like big time. Especially if you're doing it for longer than 90 days. If you're doing it for like a year on end, you become more of a person than anything I could think of. So today, I was on my computer, I was on my browser, and I noticed something. I noticed on one of my old bookmarks was like a porn site. It was from back when I was like way into my addiction. I was deep into it, and one of my bookmarks was a porn site. So what I did was I deleted it. I deleted the bookmark, and I think that subconsciously deleted it out of my mind too. And what I want to talk to you guys about is like, sometimes you'll see things that you've bookmarked, or maybe if you're on your computer or on your phone, you'll probably see a file that'll trigger you. Like just the name itself will trigger you. And I find that happens to me a lot, where if I see like a name, if I see something like from a porn site, and I see just the name itself, that'll trigger me, and I'll want to relapse. But since I've been doing it so long now, I know better not to relapse. And I know that, if I relapse, I'm failing you guys, I'm failing myself, I'm failing my girlfriend and my family. Because when you start to relapse, man, it is so hard to get out of it. It'll snowball for you'll want to do it one more time, and then one more time will turn to 5 more times, and 5 more times will turn into a week, and a week will turn into a month, and a month will turn into months, and you'll never get your shit together. It's such a bad effect. It's such a bad effect. And if you can't control it, if you can't say, this bookmark, I gotta delete this bookmark, I gotta delete this history, I gotta delete all these traces. If you can't do that, then it's gonna be an incredible struggle to move forward with the addiction. You have to be able to let go of it. It's so critical. Back when I was new to NoFap and I was trying my first few weeks, I would struggle the first few weeks, especially the first 3 to 7 days. I would find myself relapsing after the first 3 days, because as you know, once you get into a relapse and then you want to quit, and you quit for 3 days, or you quit for a day, you want to go back to it the next day or the next 3 days. You're just one more, it's not gonna hurt, NoFap is stupid. And then you do it, and then it snowballs, and then next thing you know you're doing it for months and months, and then the years go by, and then you never get anything done. You never unleash your full potential, because that one little relapse will lead into so much more, and in a negative way too, not even a positive way. So it's imperative that you stay on target, stay on your goal, stay on your mission, because one relapse is all it takes to fall back into the loop. It's like Neo says in the Matrix, you know? I think Neo said it in the Matrix, or it was Morpheus. He was talking about going down. You don't want to go down that path, because that path leads to danger. And he was pointing to, like, I think he was pointing to something. I can't remember what the scene was, but it was very relevant to the addiction, to trying to get over pornography is very, very relevant. And he's right. You know, it's very much like the Matrix. Very much like the Matrix. So with that said, you want to stay focused on your goals. You want to make sure that you're doing the right thing, and try not to relapse this week. Try not to relapse for at least 30 days, and stay focused on your goals. So with that said, I hope you guys are getting a lot of value from my videos. Make sure to leave a comment, like my video, and subscribe to my channel. All the support is great. I really do enjoy talking to you guys, and I hope I can drop some more value to you guys in the future, because honestly, I want you guys to get over this addiction. It's a really bad addiction, and honestly, I'm not a fan of the porn industry. I hate it. I hate the porn industry because it doesn't do any good to mankind whatsoever. I feel like it's an industry that is created by the elites, because honestly, let's say I don't know if it was Germany or Russia, but one country I think banned it. I think it was Russia. They banned pornography. That's all I heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that they banned pornography. And my guesses are that they banned pornography because it fucks up the society, their minds. It screws up their minds. It screws up like men's minds, really. And you can't get over it. It makes you weaker than you're supposed to be. It makes you like a weak guy. So that's probably why they banned it. And I know that, you know, in a lot of societies that it is frowned upon, really. It's a super bad habit. And if it's encouraged by, you know, media or you know, certain people in your life, you got to cut them out. You got to cut that media out, because it's watering you down as a person. You become a wolf when you get rid of pornography in your life. You become a rock. So with that said, I hope you guys got some value from this video. Drop a like, drop a comment, make sure to subscribe. I will see you guys later. Take it easy.